Hello everyone, this is Andy Nix with Cross Christian Counseling. This is our mental health moment for June 2025. So I want to tell you about this incident that happened to me last week. I had to go to the hospital for some tests, nothing extraordinary, just some routine tests. And I get there and I check in and they say, go wait in the waiting area until your name is called. So I go sit down and there's 12 or 15 of us just sitting there. And a young lady checks in behind me. And it's obvious that she does not get good news because she leaves the registration walking to sit over here right beside me and she's crying. And she doesn't stop crying. She makes a phone call and she's crying the entire time. And there's 12 of us sitting around and no one does anything. Finally, after a minute or so, I can't help myself. I lean over and I say, "Ma'am, are you okay?" Which is the stupidest question you can possibly imagine because clearly she's not okay. But she starts talking to me. She tells me that she's pregnant and she had been pregnant before, but it was a stillborn. And she was there for a particular test and she'd forgotten the paperwork. And she was terrified they wouldn't let her take the test. She was terrified that it was going to mess everything up. She was just terrified. And she's weeping and she's telling me all of this. And I'm not saying anything. I'm not telling her, oh, they're automatically going to give you the test or they're going to find the new paperwork. I just sit and listen. And they call my name at that point and I just say, "Ma'am, I'm very sorry." And I walk away and I have my test done and I come back and I come out in the waiting room again and she's there. She's got the paperwork in her hand and she's like, "Thank you so much for talking with me and being kind to me." And before I can even stop myself, I said, "Well, ma'am, everyone deserves kindness." And my question for you today is how did we get to this place? How did we get to the point so we are so disconnected from one another? What if that had been your child? What if that had been your spouse? And they're in distress and no one does anything. How did we get this far removed from one another? So I have a challenge for you today. And the challenge is relatively simple, at least it's what it sounds like. I am urging you to find ways to connect. Seek opportunities to connect to someone. And the first place to start is at home. Connect with your spouse, your children. We work with people every day. Do we really connect with them? Do we do anything more than just interact on a day-to-day basis to just say hi, the meeting's at 2, lunch tomorrow is at 4, or whatever? How did we get this, excuse me, how did we get this disconnected? Yeah, I planned that, yes. No, I didn't really check my text. But that is one of the worst things that we have in our world today that keeps us from interacting with others is our cell phones, our technology. Please, put it away. See what opportunities you have outside with people. Because maybe you need to connect as much as they need to connect to you. I hope this has been helpful today. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please give me an email at andynix@thechurchofthecross.net.